Hi guys, Asmo here, and today I'm going to talk about this shield, how to craft it, what is it good for. Basically, this is the most insane craft I have ever made, so I'm going to share how I made it. It's definitely very powerful. Like if you look at my chance to block, right? If you look my chance to block spell damage, here is 12%. Once I equip the shield, this jumps to 75%, 74% of attack. This gives me a lot of block. This is a shaper influenced base, right? Because we are playing Eternity Shroud build, so that's the first thing. And it has 12% chance to block spell damage, which is, if you look at this, it's a tier 1 roll. It's the highest number value. We have recover 5% ES on block and recover 5% life on block, which is crazy because with glancing blows, when we're going to like 75 or 74% block, then we are getting life and energy shield recovered at the same time, which is great because I'm playing MOM EB, which means EB means basically energy shield protects my mana, and MOM means I take basically 1/3 of the damage I take from my mana, which in this case is energy shield. So if I take 100 damage hit or 1000 damage hit, then 300 will go from my energy shield and 700 will go from my life, and then as I block, I recover them both at the same time. So as long as I'm taking damage, I'm basically recovering 10% of my life when I block, which is absolutely insane. That's the synergy of like EB, MOM, and recovery on block with energy shield and life at the same time. That's basically, you can do the same thing if you just have MOM and recover mana on block instead of energy shield, right? But I'm using EB, so that's why I have the energy shield, and also energy shield is significantly easier to craft on this shield, like the recovery. Then we have 2% to all maximum resistances, which is a shaper's prefix, and then we have T1 maximum life roll, and the last prefix, that is a chaos prefix, I have gain physical damage as extra chaos. It's a tier 1. You can have gain fist damage as extra chaos, lightning, cold, or fire. Lightning would be the best for me. It would be slightly better than the physical, and that's what I'm gonna be going for. I'm just gonna be re-rolling chaos. It's very easy to get. I just need to roll chaos, or actually even lightning potentially could be something that I can roll. I'll check the tags in a second, but this is a pretty complete shield other than the gain damage as chaos, which is super easy to re-roll anytime I want. And of course, it's on the best base, which is the Supreme Spiked Shield, and it's 30% quality. It's a crazy insane shield that gives me so much. It gives me so much life, it gives me so much block, it gives me so much recovery, it gives me 2% to all maximum resistances, it gives me a bunch of damage as well. It's just crazy. So here is how you craft that. You need item level, I think 85. Let's check on the craft of Exile. So let's reset this. I'll show you from the beginning how I crafted this and what I did. So you go for shield, dex, and int. I knew that I wanna get this base. I knew that I wanna get the Supreme Spiked Shield because it has the chance to dodge spell hits 4% and a good amount of evasion and energy shield. So I need some energy shield for the EB. I need evasion just as my avoidance, and that's a good shield to get. So here, if we look at this, we need to pick Influence Shaper because of course I'm playing Eternity Shroud build, and then I looked at what are the best mods to get, and of course I wanted to get chance to block spell damage. So this is 10 to 12% for a tier 1 chance to block spell damage. This doesn't have any tags, which means we need to naturally roll this. And then for prefixes, to all maximum resistances, 2% to all maximum resistances. So the first step is to make sure that your shield is level 85 so that you can roll this mod, because that's the item level required. And the first step is to alt spam. So you want to alt spam, alt, augmentation, and regal until you get tier 1 of this and tier 1 of this. It took me about 700 alterations or something like that. Let's see if we do alteration here. This says 11,000. I don't think this is that difficult with augmentations, right? If you use augmentations and if you use regals as well on top of that, I don't think this counts regals. Let's see, alt augment regal, 7,000. So 7,000 alterations apparently on average. I purchased like 1,000 alterations and I didn't finish them all before getting this. But this is the hardest step pretty much in the beginning, right? This is the one step that you have to roll if you want the max chance to block. But also the point is you can also get this chance to block, right? You can get the natural one. I don't know if this counts this or not, because there are you cannot get both, right? You can only get like one of the natural spell block or the shaper spell block, because some shields can roll spell block and some don't. It depends on the base, right? But all shields that are shaper influence can roll the spell block. So this will give you the spell block and all maximum resistances. You can also find that on the market. You can search for 2% to all max res and 10 to 12% spell block, and then other mods that you can remove, like caster mods, physical mods, elemental mods, all kinds of mods that you can find on these shields. If you can remove those and scrape those because they're like garbage mods, then you can get this base as well, right? That's another way to get this base, and I'm not sure which one is going to be cheaper. Just check the price of alterations, check how much a shield like that goes on for the market, and that's how you get the very beginning of the base, right? Before you do that though, I recommend putting your shield to 30% with perfect fossils, because if you're gonna invest that much into a shield, then definitely it makes sense to make it 30% quality. You can also go for the white sockets, but that can be easily done with Vorici in research and betrayal. So if you get Vorici in research and betrayal, you can get up to 3 white sockets, like I got here on the boots and on the chest armor. So that's another way to get white sockets. But also there are fossils that can give you the ones that give you more sockets when you roll the item. That's what gives you the chance to have white sockets as well. But definitely 30 quality, I recommend going for that. And then we go for the base, right? So we go 2% all max res, 12%, 10 to 12% spell block. At this point, when you get this base, use divines to roll the block to 12%, right? If you didn't get 12%, use divines to get this, because later on you will never use divines on that item. You will only use the specific rerolls for the numeric values depending on the mod that you're trying to roll. So that's the first thing you do. Then after that, what you do is you make sure that you have stuff crafted on the prefixes, right? Easy thing to craft on prefixes that you should have plenty of that you can later remove is cold modifiers, right? So if you spam cold modifiers, you will have like gain cold damage as extra chaos and 2% to maximum cold resistance. You can get those two. You can craft one of these on the bench, get one of them from augment. Once you block these, that will mean you cannot hit any defense modifiers, right? So let me go back to crafting method and let me go, where is it? Advanced method. Nope. Here, method fossils. Okay, that will show the tags. Okay, so if you search for defense, you can see that on the prefixes there are a ton of defense you can get, like energy shield and extra stuff, but on the suffixes there is only recover energy shield. So that's a next easy step. You block prefixes and just put stuff on the prefixes that is not defense, because you don't want to do like remove random defense, because that might remove your mod that you want. So you add the 2 of the cold mods, for example, and then you do augment a random defense modifier, and it is guaranteed to be recover 3% of energy shield. If you want recover mana, then that would be another mod that you need to roll on this shield just randomly with alteration and regal, and then basically that's like an astronomically low chance to get that at this point, because you're adding a third very low weight mod. It's only like 800, so I don't recommend doing it that way. I recommend either trying to buy it from the market or chaos spamming in that sense, but that would take probably a lot of tries. So maybe you would have to like fossil craft with mana and like block other things and hope for the block and maximum resistances. But I wouldn't really probably craft this shield if I was going for mana. So energy shield, so easy. You block prefixes, slap defense, and you get energy shield on block guaranteed. So now you have max res, 2% max res, you have max spell block, and you have this, right? So we have recover energy shield on block. So the next thing that is that we want to do is to get the life, right? So what do you want to do with still these prefixes blocked, with still like the cold mods on your prefixes that you can later easily remove? What you want to do is you want to craft like either augment life or just craft region. And this is the frustrating part, because you need to make sure that you don't roll region. So region has 7,000 and recover life has 800 weight, right? With this crafting. So those are the only suffixes with life tag that you can get. So you want to basically remove life, add life until you get recover life when you block. That's what you want to do. And once you get that, you want to do randomize a numeric value of a life modifier. Let's go on D&D. Randomize numeric values of life modifiers until you get 5%, and randomize numeric value of defense modifiers until you get 5% here. So you will have 2% max res, 12% block, 5% energy shield, 5% life on block at this point. So now for the more expensive part of this, you need to have suffixes cannot be changed craft, right? This is a craft from the bench. It's a prefix and it costs 2x. Where is it? Suffixes cannot be changed, right? So you need suffixes cannot be changed. It's a prefix. You put it on your shield, and at that point you will, of course, you remove both of the cold crafts, right? You put this on the shield and you craft life on the second prefix. You craft life on the bench, and then you just do remove add life over and over and over until you hit T1. It's like 1 in 10 basically, or 1 in 9 to hit the T1 life. It's not that difficult, so it should take like, I don't know, 500 chaos if you're buying them on average to roll, but probably you'll spend less on that, and you'll have your own like remove add life. But remove add life is the thing that you'll spend the most of. So if you want to craft this shield and you have a lot of remove add life, then definitely hold on to them, because they're very, very useful. So you remove add life until you hit the T1 life, and don't worry about the recover life when you block, because that cannot be touched, since you have still the suffixes cannot be changed craft. If you didn't have the suffixes cannot be changed, you would have to hope that you roll T1 life and recover life when you block. It's like so insanely rare to hit that basically you have to spend the 2x on the suffixes cannot be changed. Otherwise it's just pointless. You will be re-rolling until the end of the league. So you get T1 life on this, and now you have last spot on the prefix that you can do whatever you want with. You can put something like just craft percentage of lightning damage as chaos. For my build would be good, but you can also just slam the augment lightning. So if you can see here, lightning is the one of the two mods. So one is the maximum lightning res, and one is the lightning damage as extra chaos. But so what's the weight of this? 2400. Weight of this is 350. So I think it's actually better to roll with the chaos, like augment chaos, reroll chaos, because that's the only thing that you can get, like elemental or physical as extra chaos. You don't want to roll physical mode, because physical will give you reflects physical damage to melee attackers like almost every single time. It's 4,000 versus whatever this is together, like 1,000 something. So actually no, this is the only physical. So 4,000 versus 150. Yeah, so definitely don't want to roll physical. You want to roll chaos, and then that's the last mod that you're putting on. You could also choose to go for like craft a hybrid life, like for example increased energy shield, evasion, and maximum life, and then you'd have like 120 something life on a shield. This is a crazy shield, and I'm very happy with this. I'm gonna continue now to craft the rest of the gear so that I can actually play this character, because so far I haven't been really playing this character. It's still like level 92, basically barely played with it, and this item is definitely like one of the cornerstones. So I definitely am happy with many of the items I have. This character is so much investment for me, but it's definitely gonna pay off, because I really enjoy the playstyle of like EK, and it's gonna be with this shield the character becomes so much more tanky. It's insane. Like you get spell block capped, you get block and spell block, you get dodge to spells as well, tons of life, insane amount of recovery on block, and 2% to all maximum resistances is just crazy. So last time we crafted the boots, this time we crafted the shield, Eternity Shroud and Shaped Call of the Brotherhood, which are both for like, I don't know, 12x or something like that. These things don't need to be changed, I have decent rolls on them already. These gloves, I rerolled life to get T2 life right now, so I have some couple of resist, life, projectile damage, blind on hit, physical damage converted to lightning. These are very good gloves as well. Weapon, I just got like a random weapon that was decent. I got it for I think like 40C. It has pretty good rolls on it for like just to start off, you know, with this build. So now next thing that I'm gonna be crafting is gonna be just the belt. I could go for Stygian Vice. I think it would be very good, but Elastic Sash is also okay, and it's definitely much cheaper to craft because you don't need the what's it called? You don't need the Awakener Orb, right? You don't need the Awakener Orb, so that's very easy to get. And then also I would like to get a good base with the right enchantment, but I cannot find a good base with the right enchantment, so I'm just gonna craft on a decent base, like some added damage to spells, resistances, life, and then I'm gonna just craft some resistances, life on this, and maybe also like cast speed, something like that, because at first I'm actually not going crit. I figured that I'm so point starved with this build that if I want to pick up all the speed modifiers, if I want to pick up all these juicy modifiers, arcane surge on hit, glancing blows and block, I want to pick up life, I pick up elusive on kill as well because I am a trickster, not an assassin, for harness the void. And also on top of that, I cannot have elusive on boots because I need this to be shaper boots, right? So I cannot have hunter, shaper, and a third influence. You can only have 2 influences on boots. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. I saw actually Noogie crafting a very similar shield, but he's going for like mana build, so you can check out his stream, see his progress with the shield. This is definitely one of the more powerful items that you can craft with the seeds. Like it makes such a big difference for this build. It makes it from being squishy to being tanky, like instantly, from squishy to tanky, just 0 to 100 instantly, like with this one item. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.